Hi everyone, welcome back to Neil and Jan Resellers, and today I'm looking at the General Music keyboard that I picked up a couple of weeks ago. Picked it up for £9, which I think is pretty good. The only thing is it had 4 keys that were dead, so when you press them they weren't actually doing anything. Now, so what we need to do is we need to undo all the screws on the back and make sure that the screws have all come off, to take the back cover off. Okay, so in getting the casing off, this one actually can be run by batteries. So there's a black wire and a red and black wire there. So what I've done is I've marked red and black here. So when I take that off and put that one back on, I know which one that's going on, and that's there. It also has a, I don't know why it's earthing, because it's plastic, but there is an earth wire to connect that there as well. So I put the screw back in there, going to put the screw back in so I don't lose it, and then the whole casing can come apart and we can put that to one side. I say, okay, so to get the keyboard out we need to undo this screw here, one here, one there. I need to undo these wires here and here, and there's a couple of screws there and there, and then that should actually drop out the front. So let's do that and we'll move on. Okay, so as you can see we've got all these little springs all the way along here, and that's what holds the keys in. So all I do is get a pair of long nose pliers, put long nose pliers down in it, and then just release the spring and pull it out. So all we do to put it in is to put it in the bottom and then lift it up and put it over the top, and that's how easy it is just to put the springs back in. So that's how to get the springs in and out. Okay, so once you've got all the springs off, you can see down the back here all the springs have been taken off. All we then need to do is to lift off one key at a time, and then now when it comes to the black key you need to take the next white one off first before the black key will actually come out. Well, that's how it works on this one anyway. So yeah, it tends to be that you need to put the black one in first, so that the white one, try and just get the black one out, is really awkward. So so once you've got these keys out, and we'll take the white one off, we'll take the next white one off. You can then see we can actually get to the circuit board underneath. So all of those keys have got to come off. Now what I actually do is I laid it along the back of the sofa so that you can actually, they're all in order for when they're going back and you don't move them. Okay? All the keys are laying in order along the back of my sofa, like so, so I know what order to put them back in. Okay, that's going to be quite important to me. Now I've got a whole load of stuff on the table. This is the keyboard that is taken apart. There was just, I think, about 8 screws to get the actual keyboard off, and this is where the keys actually go onto. Now if I press this little button here, one of these, so that's where the keys go on top of. And what you actually have is these little rubbers. They come in strips with specific holes. They've got to go in specific places. Now what you have is it's like 2 switches, and so what I've done is I marked this one here and this one just here. This is the one that's not working. Okay, so sometimes it can be the rubbers. So on these little black rubbers, they're a conductive rubber, and so what I wanted to do is to make sure that it wasn't just the rubber. Now it can be the rubbers, but if I press this one just here, you can hear it, I know that one works, so I can take that all the way along. But when I get to this one, it doesn't work. Now, I also know that I have this little section here. See if I can do it for a magnifying glass, see if it will help you to see it at all. There's a little section just here of circuit board, and it's got about 4 wires, I think, on there that are just slightly corroding a little bit, and I cleaned them up. I also have a little section just over here, and the copper seems to be okay. Now, what I've seen on some videos is what they're doing is you get a heavy pencil. This is a 8B pencil, and what they're actually doing is they're colouring in the actually to colour in, see if I can do it and film it, the actual switch. And what it's doing in colouring that in is it's putting graphite onto the switch, and then when they do that, they're finding that that will actually then work. But that didn't actually work for me. Obviously you need to make sure you don't want to clean these up too much because it can take the actual coating off of it. Very carefully used a flat screwdriver, very carefully just scraped off the damaged green. Okay, now that's left me at the situation where this obviously is still not working. But then what I did is very carefully, using the pencil, I've just gone over the line. See if we can do that in frame. Very carefully, just going over those lines. Right, let's see if that makes a difference. Not yet, let's do a bit more. Okay, so now if we press onto this one that wasn't working before, which was this one here, you can hear that was working now. Now this red mark indicated that this one was one that wasn't working. And this one here also wasn't working. And this one here also. So there we go. So there you can see. So that is now actually working. So all I've got to do now is get it put back together again. But that's one of the things that can prevent the keys from working, and obviously whether I decide to sell it or whether I decide to use it. Yeah, so there we go. That's that little problem. So I'm going to put it all back together again, and we'll do a nice little final test. It's all back together again. Let's have a little look. So what we've got is this key here. I had the sticker on. Now working. I've just peeled one off actually. There's one here. That's working. This one with the sticker. Working. And this one, I've just started peeling that sticker off as well, but that's all working. So we now have a completely working keyboard. Picked it up for £9 and it is now fully working. So I don't know whether I'm going to have a tinker around with it, see if I've never played around really learning keyboard, so I might have a little tinker around, or I might just sell it on. But anyway, here we go. So here's the keyboard. I think it's quite a nice little keyboard. So I hope you've enjoyed that, guys, and found that helpful for repairing dead keys. And I actually had a bit of a circuit board problem there, but using a pencil, a proper graphite pencil, has actually repaired the keyboard, so it is now working for us. So anyway, hope you guys found that interesting, and catch you on the next one.